music.
Party's not a party's a man who fights crime, and we're gonna watch him fight for a minute at a time with John and Niall and a guest who doesn't rhyme. It's Bat
Minute! Greetings, citizens of Gotham, and welcome once again to Bat Minute Returns, the show that you can't jam as we broadcast 3 days a week. I am one of your hosts, John Parker.
Yeah, and I'm here also, Niall McGowan. Niall McGowan. It wasn't too much Batman. I'm thinking wings all the goddamn time.
Oh, that's made my day. We should just stop the episode now.
Yeah, that's
no
it.
point.
Good night, everybody.
See ya. No, that is not the end. And we have a very special guest. We are joined by, well, you may remember him from last year. You may know him from his own show, our resident Dark Knight, Jake Clark.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure, and greetings and salutations. And it's okay, I'm always got wings on my mind, but I'm talking about, chicken wings. I'm hungry.
I remember I was always confused because I used to always see in American movies, they would talk about buffalo wings. But we don't really get them over here. So as a kid, I was like, buffaloes don't have wings. Why do they call them buffalo wings? And then for years, I was like, what? There must be some kind of weird. It must be made of buffalo, I'm assuming, though. But they call them buffalo wings for some other
Shaped
reason.
into a wing.
Yeah, something like that. And then I found out, like, no, buffalo plays no part in these things at all.
Only if you give them Red Bull. Buffalo wing just ties to the sauce.
Yeah.
You could cook the chicken wings in Red Bull, because in China, quite a popular dish is chicken wings cooked in like Pepsi.
Yeah,
and it makes like a sweet kind of glaze.
Yeah, I've done that with chicken, where basically you take a soda can and you prop up the chicken and you put it in either a barbecue or a smoker. And I've done it with like an orange soda and like a Sprite.
Oh,
and you open up the soda and then you put it inside, and then it kind of like I'm just trying to think of the word, but it evaporates the soda in the can, so it makes the chicken nice and juicy, but it kind of gives it that little bit of an orange tang or a lemon lime tang.
Oh.
But I've also done some ribs where I've marinated them in Coke.
Yeah. I'm a vegetarian now, but back in the day, I have had the old pork marinated in Coke. That's
the thing. And Neil Brown in the Mogwai Minute was going on about his Coke ham that he made for Christmas. It was a big thing, and then weeks later was posting pictures of it, trying to show off this Coke ham. To be fair, though, it looked pretty damn tasty. So
it was. I won't deny it's a nice dish. I won't eat it now, but it's good. If you eat meat, go for it.
Isn't there people who do it with beer as well? You get beer butt chicken. I know that people shove a beer can up into it and stuff. I've never had that, but first time for everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, there's that, and then you can also we'll try and work on a beer battered tofu for you, John.
Ooh,
does that sound all right?
That would be good.
Or
That
maybe,
would actually work really well.
And then, or maybe like a Coke glazed tofu.
Yeah, I'll go for it. I'll try it. I'll have anything like that.
I'm actually next. I've got in the upcoming week, or not this upcoming, but the week after. I've got the house free to myself for like 7 days, and I'm tempted now to I'll finally have the kitchen. I won't have to worry about other people coming in and clearing up and all that stuff. I can have free reign of the kitchen for an entire day. I might start making things that I've not made yet because it would require a lot of time and stuff. I know we've got like a friend's birthday's coming up where he's planning to have a pie making competition. So I might have to start going in there and I've never made a pie, so I'd want to go in and see, take that whole week to hone my expertise in my spare time of trying to create a pie from scratch.
So now are you talking like an English pie where there's meat and potatoes in it? Or are you talking like a fruit pie? Or are you talking like an ice cream pie, a dessert pie? He's
not clarified yet. This will be weird because this will be a party that John will be invited to, but he won't know about it yet because there's been no announcements made except to me and this guy's wife. But yeah, he's not specified whether it's going to be a dessert pie or like a main meal pie or whatever the deal is.
Well, maybe he wants anything. Like you could do either.
Yeah.
Or I'm thinking a Game of Thrones pie everyone eats it, everyone dies.
Oh.
Or it's made from like your own children or something like that.
Oh, God. Well, we should probably leave this conversation there and actually
just
talk
imagine,
about
like,
Batman.
Lol and
Well,
John
I
be
think
saying like, "What? Where's Drusilla? We haven't seen her all morning."
Oh.
Enjoy your
I
pie.
think you need to use some penguin meat.
Oh, no.
If I could track down penguin meat, I would make a penguin pie if I could find if it's a thing.
Penguin pie.
I want to see if is there any wholesalers in England at all that sell penguin meat.
Pretty sure it's illegal.
It's bound to be illegal. But...
Yeah. Well, anyway, this is minute 107 of Batman Returns. The minute starts with our heroic troops storming the land of our enemies, and it ends with a retreat. Run away!
That was a short-lived invasion, 1 minute long.
Yeah, you know, all the best attacks last only 1 minute. That's a little-known military fact. Either victory or defeat. It's all decided in that one glorious minute.
That's the thing, though, because we do get as the penguins come in here, and this is this is the stop motion penguins now. Once we've seen them line up in the street, you can, if you watch it at eagle eye, you can tell like, oh, that looks a bit weird. It's clearly stop motion, which is quite considering Tim Burton's love of stop motion. The fact that he stopped there. He stopped his own motion right there. It's quite impressive. It's like, for a guy who's just letting it all hang out in this movie, the fact he's just gone, nah, I don't need any more than that. You would have thought he would be like, but what if all the penguins are stop motion all the time or something?
I do really like in this minute, especially though, you've got the blend of all the styles. There's stop motion penguins, there's real penguins, there's puppet penguins. You got everything.
Sorry, at least you're able to say penguins correctly. I'm just thinking of Benedict Cumberbatch. He can't say the word penguin.
He can't. I heard this. Yeah. This is really weird. How does he say it again? I'm trying to get it in my head.
Penguins.
Penguins. That's it.
That'd be great if they like just go out of their way and offer him like all the money in the world to play the penguin in the next Batman movie. It's just like some really cruel producer's just like, oh god, this is gonna be so goddamn funny.
I would pay anything.
I would see that. I would love to see that.
Hell yeah.
You know, like this March of Penguins. I don't think this is what Morgan Freeman was thinking about.
No, this is a deleted scene from Morgan Freeman's work there.
Yeah.
And the penguins march upon the square with rockets attached. You know, I don't know. I can't do a very good Morgan Freeman.
That's one thing. It's like, who's that supposed to be?
It sounded like Morgan Freeman mixed with Abraham Lincoln.
He's a little bit tired. He's a tired Morgan Freeman.
Tell you what, it's still better than my impression. So kudos. Now,
there's some that are easier to do than others. If I did my British accent, you'd be like, "That's awful. Don't do it ever again."
I'm pretty sure our American ones would be bad too.
I know. It's like, well, everyone does a British accent, but it all becomes Cockney.
Yeah, Americans only have two. There's posh English person or Cockney. There's nothing else.
Yeah. Like, I just don't understand what you're doing. It's like, what am I, your mother? It's like, no.
Oh no, that's actually that's slightly different. That's more subtle. I'd say closer to Essex, which is near London.
Yes.
The thing is, I
so
can't.
You've branched out.
Yeah. The thing is,
I'm trying.
Like, I can't critique anybody's impressions this season because, like, if people have been listening along, you'll know that every other week I'm trying out a new celebrity impression with those outros. So if I go in and criticize anybody, I can imagine people come back with like, here's multiple weeks of evidence of how terrible your impressions are. Who the hell are you to talk?
Well, I feel like there's like, in terms of impressions, there's always like the same ones that everyone can pretty much do. Like everyone has a Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Most people have a Christopher Walken because they're just so kind of out there.
Yeah, I'm
know?
saving Arnie for 2 years' time, obviously.
Oh my god, yes! I'm so excited.
You just need to chill, okay?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. I
That was
like
pretty
that.
good, actually. Yeah.
But let me ask you this: it doesn't matter who wins, the alien or the predator. Soon they all have to face the other.
You've got the accent down. That was perfect. But
Yeah.
with this minute, I have a bit that baffles me. It's always baffled me. Why do the Penguins? They merge these armies at the crossroads here and stand there, right? Surely the plan would work better if they kept spreading out across the city. Like, why are they all meeting up and merging in this center?
Yeah, this whole sequence, like, it doesn't get across the impending sense of, like, catastrophe.
No.
Because all you're seeing is an empty city square. There's no one around. And a bunch of penguins all standing together, and they're all presumably going to fire these rockets like in the same direction. So how is that going to hit anybody? Where's that going to, like... They'd have to... If you had a bunch of different penguin factions on different buildings pointing at the buildings, and you saw people all around the street going, what the hell is going on? And you saw
maybe the penguins harassing people, running up to them, pecking at them and things.
Yeah, you could have had a whole... We saw in the first movie, like... For, like, the fact that they had to keep rewriting, the ending and stuff, the first one. All people considered the ending of the first Batman a bit sort of all over the place. We got through it all right. We enjoyed it. But at least you got that, like, the sheer disaster of what the Joker was doing. Like, you see people holding money to their mouths and not breathing in the gas and stuff. You got the sense of panic and how he was actually killing everybody. This is just like... A penguin's going to blow up an empty Gotham Square? But they keep telling you, like, 10,000 people are going to die or something.
Well, there's the other ones, but what they really don't show are the ones at the zoo. But I really think they're really coming to congregate. Well, a group of penguins that are on land is actually called a waddle. So this waddle of penguins are, I think they're really waiting because one of them's going to start tap dancing. And then there's going to break in, and it's going to be one giant flash mob of tap dancing penguins with rockets on their back.
Oh my god, yes. We need to... This movie should end just with a musical tap dancing number from the penguins, and that's it. Just go to credits.
It'd be like that.
Just roll.
Or like the end credits are like that 2016 Ghostbusters, where they just show you like this outtake of everybody dancing, and it's just the entire end credits of Batman Returns as penguins dancing around the place.
Well, basically, Tim Burton would get a bit too into that idea later on with Alice in Wonderland and Johnny Depp's Mad Hatter dance.
Yeah, that was pretty damn rough.
That's possibly the worst part of the movie, to be honest.
Don't kid yourself, John. It's all bad.
It's very true.
If you're picking one thing, though, they really built up that dance. It's like, oh, it's coming, it's going to be great. Oh, no.
Hey, he was just really happy that it was Frumptious Day, okay?
Yep, true.
And then just so you're aware, though, a group of penguins that are in the water, though, are not called a waddle. They're called a raft.
A raft. That makes sense not being a waddle, because they're not waddling. But
so it's like when they're on land, they're a waddle. When they're in the water, they're a raft.
Oh, I love penguins. I don't really like a lot of birds, but I like penguins. They're great.
Yeah. But as we're talking...
It's just because you don't have to worry about them pooping on you.
Well, that helps. Let's be honest. That does help.
The whole thing, though, of March of the Penguins was like they had a whole sequence where they showed you the penguin moving the egg. As the whole thing is like, they move, like, kind of nudge the egg along with their feet. Yeah. Would this scene be improved if the penguin bombs were like little eggs and they had to move them slowly into position rather than having them on the backs?
But they do that around Easter and just hide them all over the city.
Oh my god, even better. That should have been what happened. The plan takes him that long to formulate. It's now Easter. It's not Christmas time.
Well, he's got to get all the penguins together. He's got to train them all. He's got to make sure that they're all listening to cues. Like, okay, take your bombs, go drop them there, and there, and then come back so you don't blow up.
Well, this is the thing, actually. We're going to talk about it over the next few minutes, so I won't go too into it, but the penguins, now they're mind controlled, seems to be the implication. Yeah. Because that's crazy to me. How has he developed this technology? Wouldn't it make more sense if he's got a rapport with the penguins? He's trained the penguins. He's grown up with them.
Yeah.
But no, he's mind controlling them.
That seems to have been like, that's a Wesley Schrick thing, though. Because remember, in the Dan Waters draft, there was the Emperor penguins who were like the elders that like the penguin revered and looked up to. Yeah, and he seemed to just talk to them as if they were actual things and stuff that he could communicate with. So I guess maybe like Shrek was just like, that's too stupid. He should be able to mind control the penguins. That'll make more sense.
Perfect sense.
Well, I think it's funny because, like, I think it's really he's actually been just stealing penguins from the zoo, and every year Gotham just has to keep buying more penguins. And really, Bruce is just giving money to the zoo, so he's really just funding his own doom.
And the zoo's just kind of like, we keep losing penguins like socks.
Yes.
What's happening to these penguins?
I don't know. And then I think, he's just slowly lacing the anchovies and the fish with drugs so that they're loyal to him. And then, it's like there's no Liam Neeson penguin out there tracking down the penguins. And so, to kind of tie it into my own movie, he's got to train someone to get the penguins back. And so, he trains Batman, and Batman's on the rescue to go rescue the penguins.
Yeah.
Here's actually
it
a
all
question,
comes full
though.
circle.
Consider you brought up the Nolan verse there. Like, I remember for a while there was like the rumor between films that like Philip Seymour Hoffman was going to be playing the Penguin in a Chris Nolan Batman movie, which of course never came to fruition. But if you were to cast the Penguin yourself in those movies, who would you have gone for? Obviously, Philip Seymour Hoffman notwithstanding.
Well, yes, can't have the Hoff, the other Hoff, in there because Philip is no longer with us. I don't know, and because Merrill Burgess did it, and he was in Rocky, so he's gone too. So it's like you can't go back to the original, but you need someone that could kind of like play that for someone who I feel like it has like that the face of it, but has kind of like that crazy. Because like I'm going back to Harry Potter, and I'm thinking of is it David Tennant that played it?
Oh yeah.
Because he kind of like when he has like that little bit of like that tick where like he kind of licks his teeth and like kind of like his thing. Like I could see if we get rid of that, but like have him be that kind of like crazy and be like, I feel like because we're going kind of like rooted in the Nolan verse a little bit more and not so much. I would say a little bit more realism, but not, that's not real, but it's more grounded and kind of like I would say something that is possible with enough technology, whereas some of like the older Batmans are so like when they create a gun that fires ice, I'm gonna drop and just walk away. Just be like, okay, Batman can happen now. But I feel like he's kind of got that mannerism to kind of be crazy. And probably willing to put on some weight for it as well.
When you started off, though, talking about Burgess Meredith, I thought you were going to say, like, oh, there should be a passing of the torch, and Sylvester Stallone should play the Penguin now because of the Rocky link. I'm like, I'm so on board for that.
Well, we've had Arnie in the series.
I'm going to play the penguin. I like penguins. I like going to the zoo.
Yeah, I'm going to take on the Batman. It's just the cigarette holder keeps falling out of his mouth because it's all...
Oh, that's mean. Well, we know Rocky likes the zoo. Yeah.
He does. Shout out to Rocky a minute, Doug and Jay there, but it's just like I if Sylvester Stallone played the Penguin, I wouldn't be able to take it seriously. It's when Arnold played, Mr. Freeze. It was just too campy, too corny, too cheesy, and it like. As a little kid, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I'm enjoying this. And I watch it now, and I'm like, it hurts a little bit.
Well, they achieved what they set out to create, whether people wanted it or not. That's the main thing.
It's something.
Yeah.
Just made me realize, though, like, we really need to get those Rocky guys on just because of the fact, we went through a whole movie about the Penguin, and we didn't get in the guys who were doing a movie with Burgess Meredith in it to freaking talk about him. Like,
and I love Rocky. We do. We need to get them on.
We'll get them in before the end.
Well, Alfred here says, ready when you are, sir. And clearly they have a plan up their sleeves. He flips a switch, and we can see on the screens in the background here, the signal is jammed. So that must be the Penguin's mind control waves.
Now, did he actually... I was like, have you ever watched... sorry to interrupt, but do you ever watch Spaceballs?
Oh, yeah.
A long time ago.
Every time I think of the signal being jammed, I'm just imagining a jar of jam actually hitting the signal. And it's like, what flavor was it? It's like, was it strawberry? Was it raspberry? Or was it something a little darker, like blueberry?
Do you have a favorite jam? I lean towards the raspberry.
if I had to like choose, I always choose a good strawberry jam.
I'm with
That's
John.
my
I
jam.
go raspberry myself, but I'm not a big jam guy though. Like it's only every once a couple of years I'll be like, yeah, fancy some jam, but that'll be it. I never have it enough to warrant going out and buying a jar of it because I'll have it once and then it'll just sit there. So
Do you never have like croissants or something? You have some jam. with them?
I used to went through a big phase this is the cops will come kicking in my door any day now, but back in when they introduced self-service machines in Tesco.
Yeah.
You used to be able to go in there and then croissants would cost you like 80p or something. But you could put in like a 20p crusty round roll.
Yeah, I used to do that.
That was the only time I ever bought croissants was when I used to get away with that. And now they've refined it so you can't do it anymore. It's like, damn it.
It's too clever now.
Yeah, my croissant days are long gone.
I used to buy really fancy, expensive apples and put them through as the cheap apple.
I was like, you asked for this, Tesco. You had it coming. You decided to trust the people when they're inherently untrustable.
You shouldn't trust any of us. We're scum. Subhuman scum.
But in talking about all the business of the penguin mind control and jamming the signal and whatnot, would be remiss if we didn't mention the fact that this is all very similar to a comic book storyline that came out actually quite close to when this film would have been starting production. When they had the 3-issue story arc in Batman from Batman issue 448, 449, and Detective Comics 615. Don't know why they split it up like that. Seems a bit weird to me, but they had a story called The Penguin Affair, wherein the Penguin took in a character called Harold Allnutt, who was a mute hunchback who was like sort of an outcast from society, and the Penguin took him in under his wing. Kind of a bit sort of similar to the way the Penguin turned out in this movie, like a deformed kind of freak outcast by society. But turns out Harold Allnutt's like a genius with technology, and he discovers a way to use like radio waves and whatnot to control birds' minds. So the Penguin then gets him to build a load of these things and then proceeds to attack the city through various crimes via birds. And then at the end of the storyline actually happens when Batman and Alfred discover how to trace the signal of where he's broadcasting the signal from to go back to the Penguin's base and take him out. And then he jams the signal, much like he does in this movie, in this very minute. And then manipulates with a little sonic device all the birds to turn around and turn back on the Penguin. So everything that's coming up, it was all taken from something called it seems like it was taken from something called The Penguin Affair. And it wouldn't surprise me because it's kind of like, imagine Dan Waters, he already came in with all of this, like, I wanted, this political aspect to it and like all the Catwoman ideas down, but then like, we need something else with the Penguin. If he literally just walked out and just bought whatever Batman comic was there in 1990 when this came out, like when those issues came out, it wouldn't surprise me if that was the ones he picked up. It's like, there's Penguins in this? All right, we're doing this. That's the story.
I don't like the idea of the Penguins turning on him though. I think it's quite nice. They stand by him. They love him. They respect him. He's one of theirs.
Well, it would be quite the irony if a penguin killed the Penguin.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. I'd be sad.
They kind of do in this though. Like they all show up and then they all fire the rockets. Like it's part of the. You don't know. Maybe they thought
They're
they were
trying to kill him though, are they?
But maybe they thought they were on equal. Well, we're getting into a couple of weeks time, but
Yeah.
They may have thought they were on equal footing, and then they resent being mind controlled by the Penguin. So that's why they show up pissed off, like you asshole.
Well, you could argue that you could,
Yeah.
because here, he's lost the mind control over them, as we said, and the Penguins look shocked and turn to the camera, almost as if asking us, the viewer, what to do. Like, huh? What do we do here now? What's going on?
That's gotta be
They're going to form a union.
Yes.
They're unionizing. That's what they're doing. And they're striking for fair wages, and the Penguin didn't want to give them their fair bit of fish.
Yeah, he needs to share the love, share that fish. He is sat there gorging himself while they put their lives on the line.
Yeah.
He literally is a fat man eating more fish, so it's like he is the fat cat that's trying to control his workers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now these penguins are about to seize the means of production and overthrow.
Yes.
The bourgeois penguin.
Revolution!
They're about to seize the day.
Not one step back. That's a very strange. I'm referencing a bloody speech by Stalin during World War II.
I was referencing, the Newsies. Another Christian Bale movie.
Yeah.
Newsies hasn't come up as much this season, but it was all over the damn show last year.
It kept coming up every 5 seconds last year.
Well, my favorite thing. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, that shot of the penguins turning their heads. That's got to be a GIF somewhere, like a reaction GIF. If someone says something shocking, just those penguins turning their head. I can't find it, but someone's out there is bound to have done it, and if they haven't,
I could make it for you.
Yes, go do that. That should be a standard. Like, if you on Facebook Messenger, should be a reaction GIF if someone says something unexpected. Just the penguins turning their heads.
I especially love that this penguin on the right here. He's my favorite. He looks like Locutus of Berg. In fact, that's now his name, official canon. Locutus.
Locutus of Berg from the iceberg. He used to be. He does actually totally look like a Borg. It's all like
He does. He's been assimilated.
I should start naming all the penguins, just like TMNT named all the extras in the first.
Oh yeah.
Gave them backstories.
I'm pretty sure the only interesting one is Locutus here. The rest of them just look like generic penguins.
Well, Locutus had a hard life. He had a hard knock life for him.
Oh. Why does he have this eyepiece? Is he kind of is he a specialist? Has he got a special role? Is he like the has he got extra rockets? Is he the sapper?
He's the leader of the penguins.
Yeah, he could be in charge of he could be the political commissar. He's there to spread the politics among the troops.
I do also wonder if it's a little nod to the penguin's monocle. Because it's kind of monocle-ish, where he's just got the one eye and a little round glass thing. Maybe it's just supposed to be like a cute little, like, it's like the penguin, he had the monocle. Now his penguin also has a monocle. Kinda.
Oh, he got it himself to be like the penguin. Oh.
and then the penguin treated him badly, and Locutus started the revolution.
That's amazing.
But Locutus he actually looks like angry as well. He looks like he's pissed off. It's like now he's realized, wait a minute, I've been mind controlled.
I would like to see an angry penguin, like an actual angry penguin, because like most of the time you see them, they're just swimming or they're just like hanging out.
Oh, it's terrifying. There's a picture you can see online of a penguin kind of attacking the camera. It's scary as hell. Honestly, they're inside their beaks is. Oh my god! I'm gonna look it up now.
Upload.
I'm gonna send you.
Yes, please do. I want to see said angry penguin.
You know the reason a lot of people haven't seen angry penguins, Jake, and come back to talk about it? It's because they don't make it back.
Oh.
Those penguins take them out.
Just like with people that piss off goose or geese down here. Geese are evil.
I mean, we talked about me and John's respective encounters with geese earlier in the movie, but
I had a standoff with one in the park.
Yeah. Me and a friend of mine, we got flat out attacked by a goose. Just sitting we were just having a picnic, and a freaking goose came over and muscled in on our turf. It was crazy.
I feel like that picture you just sent me. It's like the penguin's opening its mouth so wide, and it's actually gonna like peel off its own face, and all of a sudden, underneath the penguin is actually gonna be something else.
Oh my god, an alien.
Gene Parmesan.
Gene.
Just standing to be noticed, the penguins. Wow, you did it again, Gene.
I'm gonna have to share this in the group when this episode airs. Look inside its beak. That's horrible.
that is terrifying. And like his eyes, like because there's white around him, it looks very much demonic. Like it's gonna like a giant leech that's gonna attach it to you and just suck out all your innards and your soul.
Yeah. Oh my god. I still love you though, penguins. I love you. I know you just have to eat fish. That's why you've got that beak. But still,
just don't piss them off.
No. I'll be cautious.
Just put John in a room full of penguins and be like, "Hi, penguins," and all of a sudden all of them turn and look at you and open their mouths.
No, I'd cuddle them all. I'd cuddle them. They'd love me. And I'd name
you
them
had
all.
to stand off with a goddamn goose. You think those penguins aren't going to try to kick your ass when they see you?
Hey, everyone knows geese are jerks. Come on. It's a fact. Well, we get the old poodle lady here in the same monotone style she has employed all countdown, saying something is wrong. Now they know what happened, surely. Only one guy can stop them, realistically, at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine her getting to, like, spouting out, Batman has clearly stopped the... A little known fact about the Poodle Lady, she was actually previously employed as an auctioneer prior to joining the Red Triangle Gang.
I think they need to switch it. They need to switch her out. They need to switch her out for Jimmy Carr.
Oh.
He can work that countdown all the time.
Yeah. I just want to hear him doing, like, Jimmy Carr is like the Joker. Because if you know Jimmy Carr's laugh, where it just sounds like he's...
Oh my God.
It really sounds like, that's a fake laugh. Like, it's so way, but apparently that is the way he actually laughs. It's crazy.
And that's it's a unique laugh. They always want the Joker to have a new, unique laugh every time now, don't they?
Yeah.
So that would be very different.
It's very hard to pinpoint. As well.
I'd rather have Jimmy Carr's laugh than Jared Leto's laugh as Joker.
God, yes.
I've been very on record of, like, I think it's a tough one to do too, because even though that Joker trailer came out this week, only a long time ago now when this episode airs, but even when he does the laugh in that, it sounds like it still strikes me as like you went out and you researched, like, I'm going to try to do a creepy laugh. Whereas that was very blatant with Jared Leto's, where we had that where it's just like Heath Ledger's laugh. It just struck you like that's a laugh. That's a laugh that man genuinely comes out with.
Yeah,
Jack
a crazy guy laughing.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson just sounds like, Mark Hamill just sounds like, that's the way the Joker would laugh and stuff. But I think it's hard now because there's expectations landed on the laugh that the actors are like, no, I need to really do something unique and crazy with this instead of just a normal maniacal cackle.
Yeah.
So it's
well, I feel like it's more like in the subtlety. It doesn't need to be over the top, but like if you're generally laughing and you're laughing like really heartily, like and like fast, that's what gives you that crazy laugh. But like Jared was trying to just like make it so like I'm so over the top, and like the rest of the part when besides he was laughing, I didn't mind him as Joker. I actually enjoyed it, but it's the laugh that I didn't enjoy. But like all you need is like that good quick like you know, you're laughing so crazily, but like because like you've had that points where you have like those laughing fits, right?
All the time. I'm ridiculous for it.
So like you know, like just add that, but just like add a little bit more voice to it.
Yeah.
And that's where you kind of have that crazy laugh. But like when they try to go over the top, it's like it just doesn't fit. But like with like when we got to Jimmy Carr's laugh, because he laughs on breathing in instead of breathing out like most people do, and that's where he has that unique laugh. But like because Jimmy Carr, like if he like all of a sudden came out in a movie and you didn't know who he was and he did that, you'd be like, what is this?
That would be really cool. Actually, I've never ever thought about someone like him, but I think that could maybe work. It's a unique laugh, as I say. Someone should maybe just copy the laugh.
Well, he's already got the pale white skin for it. You know, his fake teeth. He doesn't pay taxes. He's already a crook. So
I just imagine him delivering lines though in that game show cadence of like, "Okay, Batman, so now we're going to kill you," and just like leaning into the camera a little bit as he says it. It's like,
oh, that would be creepy.
It would fit though, right? It's like, all right, let me ask you a question, Batman. This is our big fat quiz of the year.
I'd actually more imagine like Jimmy Carr as like the Penguin. I could almost imagine if you just give him the little like the cigarette holder with the cigarette at the end of it, and like a little monocle, and just him going around like, this is the gentleman version of the Penguin, not the mutants.
I was leaning towards the Riddler.
The Riddler would be good. Yeah, I could see that more because like he likes to ask a lot of questions, make people feel stupid.
Yeah, exactly. He used to do a show here years ago. I can't even remember what it was called now. It was a quiz show, but you were getting like horribly distracted while trying to answer the questions. There'd be like blowing bubbles into your eyes while he was asking you questions and things, or electrocuting your feet. Yeah. And that was the idea, was you had to try and stay focused on the quiz while they were doing horrible things. I think it might have just been called Distraction.
I think I was about to say it. I think it's called Distraction, yeah.
Yeah, it was from 2003 to 2004.
Oh, that was like it was bizarre that Jake's gone out and just like, I'm going to lean into my Jimmy Carr research and just like, I've got everything about him right here.
No, I enjoy good British television shows. So I when I can find some good ones that make me laugh, I watch them.
Hey, that's what we want to hear. Yes.
I know, because like what really introduced me to like British TV shows, like it's no longer on. It's a different show now, Top Gear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because if we always have those three gentlemen, and then one kind of went nuts and assaulted a person.
Yeah, he's always been kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That was more like that was almost like now we've got an excuse to fire him. Kind of like he's always a contentious character, Clarkson, amongst most people.
Yes,
and
so it's just like that was kind of like what started because like I always enjoyed cars, and then I started getting into more and more. Some shows I'm like, yeah, this is kind of boring because I just don't have the British wit, and then other times like I really enjoy this.
Hey, good. Spreading I was going to say spreading our seed. That sounds obscene. We should probably
spreading the jam.
Spreading the jam, the good strawberry jam of Britain.
Yes.
Which we probably shouldn't be spreading because we've spread it too far and thin all around the world, and now everybody's just got the crappy dregs to deal with.
Right.
Sorry.
And now you're pulling your jam back, and that's what Brexit's all about.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, the whole thing. As of recording, what the hell's happening with that? What's going on anymore in the world? I don't know what's...
You say, like, as of recording, what the hell's going on with that? I guarantee in 10 weeks when this episode airs, we still won't know what the hell's going on with that.
Look, support it or don't support it, whatever, right? Just do something. Make some headway in some manner. Please.
Finalize a decision.
Just do something. Because then we know what's happening, and people can move on and try and fix things.
Talking about a guy who's doing things, Alfred here, looking very pleased with himself. Like, really back in his DJ Pennyworth outfit. I have to say, too, like, eyebrows, really, like, they're working today. Like,
eyebrows on fleek.
Exactly. But I don't know if I wanted to do, like, eyebrows on fleck, like Affleck, but it doesn't really work. Although, did you notice, though, again, in that Joker trailer, because, they've got the whole thing where apparently his name is Arthur Fleck. And then so his initial will be A Fleck, or Affleck. Oh. And I was like, is that a reference? Or is there, like... I'm assuming if you look at the movie, there'll be a deeper meaning as to why he's called Arthur Fleck. Like, much like, Jack Napier was Jackanape and all that kind of thing. Yeah. There might be a reason behind when you see it, like, oh, Arthur Fleck is like an anagram of something, or it's evoking something else, rather than, this is a little joke we're having amongst ourselves by the fact that Batman was played by Ben Affleck when we were making this movie.
Well, I'm thinking, like, if you short Arthur down to art, it's an art flick, so you see an art flick, an artsy movie.
Oh, could be.
Okay, because that is the vibe they're going for, isn't it? It's more like it's a serious film.
It's very... someone like on the day was like, this movie's just Taxi Driver, and they were doing like shot-by-shot comparisons and stuff, and it's like...
Oh my god, it is.
Yeah, as I was watching, I was like, oh, this is very... Even like the red... Like, I was like, why did they change the suit to red instead of purple? And you remember, like, oh no, when he goes on that date with Sybil Shepherd, he's got the same kind of shade of red as Jack. It's like, that's probably what it is. Like, that's what they're going for.
But, yeah. Definitely a vibe.
I guess we'll have to be talking about that Joker movie when it comes out, I guess. When
we'll do a special episode.
Yeah, because we haven't done Dumbo as yet, but I guess we'll feel obligated to cover it at some point.
Could be a hiatus one.
I know. I think we should get all the Dark Knight Minute people, all the Bat Minute people, and then see if we can get DC Cinematic Universe to weigh in on that one.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, everyone chip into one crossover episode and everyone share it.
Right.
That would be good, actually. But we'll arrange that separately.
I'm about to do something for because there's that Turtles and Batman thing coming out. I know that one of the guys from TMNT Minute has already said, like, do you want to do a crossover when it comes out? But like those guys, there's like 50 guys in that show already. Like, it's like, and then you're adding in 2 more. It's like you're gonna have to do so much damn edit. I was always like, you can release the episode as long as you edit it, because
that is wild.
Yeah. Because we've talked to them about it when they were releasing the comic books as well, and so I think it'd be a good crossover episode. I would be down to talk Turtles and Batman because they're both ninjas.
Yeah. Hell yes, that would be fantastic. before we wrap this one up, one little thing happens, I suppose, just plot-wise to keep people in the loop. The poodle lady says that the penguins are turning around. They're marching back to the base. Why are they doing
around.
Oh, carry on. I want it to be serenaded. Come on.
Every now and then I get a little bit colder now.
Woo.
They do, because they're penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe that's why they're heading back. They're like, it's too warm out here. Let's get back to the base. It's nice and cold.
Right? It's like they need those icicles on their bodies, whereas
They do.
us people we want them in our drinks, not on our bodies.
Well, some people like them on their bodies. That's a thing.
Oh, John, is this? Are you sharing with the people now?
Oh no, it would horrify me.
I'm just gonna come in. It's like next time I see you, just throw cold tofu at you.
That would make an interesting slap off your face as the cold tofu hit your cheek.
You should actually do that and put it as a GIF on Twitter. I would use that.
What was the thing I saw? There was a movie. I think was it Bumblebee, or there was a film that was out. I saw quite recently that was in the cinema, and it had the GIF of the famous GIF of like Lindsay Ellis, like the nostalgia chick, where she gets all the hot dogs thrown at her.
I was thinking of that,
and it's in a movie. I wonder if she was informed like it was going to be in the movie beforehand, because like imagine she'd probably sit and watch it and be like, "Holy shit, I'm in a film all of a sudden."
That is crazy. I have only seen that in GIF form.
Oh, I've seen I remember the video of that coming out because I was a big fan of hers, like way back when she was the nostalgia chick, but she's not anymore. But yeah, so it's like, oh, it's been a long road. Now here we are. I just can't remember what movie it was, but it was something like a big budget thing that came out like quite recently.
Well, mull it over, and we can report back to people on.
Well, I'm just like, sorry, I was just looking at the minute again. How small is that TV?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We brought this. Actually, Niall, you brought it up. Was it on Monday with Alex?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think
that's a terrible setup.
I think we were saying that might be the reason he has the poodle lady narrating everything is just because he can't actually see because those TVs are way too far away and they're too small.
Right? It's just like nowadays, like if you made this movie now, it's like it'd be a whole wall of just TV screens or a projector.
Yeah.
Do you think
she's a better screen? Come on, that's terrible.
Do you think like the poodle lady does this for like everything he watches? Like if the penguin's sitting around watching Cheers, is she there going like, Diane has walked into the bar and Carla is approaching with a barbed comment?
Well, he's got bad eyesight, as we've seen. He needs a monocle. So, it's a bit like those cinema screenings you can go to where it says they have an optional earpiece you can get for people who are, I don't know what to say. I was going to say visually challenged. I was trying to be nice. And it'll describe what's happening, won't it? It's an audio description.
Yeah, I think it's like, well, if you have like that, it's like it'd be like having your own theme music like playing around you all the time, or someone narrating music. You'd get bored of it. It'd be fun once in a while. But you brought up Cheers. I feel like the Penguin and Narm could be brothers.
Oh yeah. Obviously, we find out actually, like after all this time, we finally see Vera, and she just looks like the Penguin.
It is the Penguin.
Although, of course, actually, didn't realize as I was saying that. Freaking, of course, Carla in Cheers married to Danny DeVito, so it all ties in.
Everything's connected.
Boom. Now we can drop the mic and walk out on this episode.
Yep. Don't even do an outro. Just leaving. No, we will. We will head off into the dark night. Jake, would you like to tell our listeners where they can find you and your show? I'm sure they've heard it already, but just in case.
Well, you can find us on Twitter and at Dark Knight Min. You can find us on the listening of the podcasts, all of them pretty much, the podcatchers at Dark Knight Min, and you can find us on the Facebook at our League of Listeners page. Because we we wanted to do something fancy, so we made a whole league of it.
That is a great name, League of Listeners. I love that. I think that's fantastic. And I think it suits your series more than ours. Because ours is kind of removed from a lot of these other things. It's like a separate set. So I think it'd be odd to reference the the League. But yeah, it definitely works for you. It's fantastic. And check out the show.
Like, considering back then, who would have been like a good Ra's al Ghul for the Tim Burton movies? Like, but back then, like, who was what was it? I might have to ponder that one. We might answer that in the next episode. But like,
ponder it.
yeah.
Because that is a tough. I'm terrible at recasting things. I have to sit for like an hour sketching things out and be like, right, okay. So,
and particularly, I have to think of like that's an era. It's like, all right, who was around? Who would have been big enough in the early '90s? Like, you couldn't turn around and be like someone from today. It'll have to be like, Ricardo Montalban or something like that. Would be. Although there you go, Ricardo Montalban. He would have been a good Ra's al Ghul.
I'm on board. So yes, think about it though, Niall. For any others and listeners, you think about it and let us know. Even though it has nothing to do with the minute, let us know in the Bat Minute Listeners Cave on Facebook, or you can send a tweet telling us at Bat Minute, and you can also look us up on Instagram. And please review us on iTunes, because that's very, very helpful indeed. And buy a T-shirt if you want on TeePublic. That's nice too. Put it on a mug, put it on a phone case, put it on a bag, put it on a cushion, and sit on my face. There you go. You can do any of these things, all by looking up Bat Minute Returns.
Next time, waddle away. The penguins pile out and retreat from their big beat, while Shrek signals a simian to help him get back on his feet. But as we anxiously load up the pods for our next broadcast, something is coming this way, very large, very fast. You can find out what it is next time, same Bat Pod, different Bat Minute. I can't lose another penguin, Master Wayne.